Think thieves are always clever like in the movies? Think again. Watch these clueless crooks bumble through some of the most epic fails you've ever seen.
Well, you will not believe this next story.
From ridiculous heists to instant catches, these guys make stealing look like a comedy routine. Number 1. Crawling crooks. In this funny video, 3 thieves, nicknamed the Inchworm Bandits, crawl on the floor like they're in some weird dance-off. They're trying to avoid security cameras by literally worming their way into Houston's Piggy's Kitchen and Bar in November 2018. Despite their silly crawling, they managed to steal $450 in tip money meant for the servers. Pretty low, right? But that's not all. They caused $2,000 in damage during their break-in. The police later looked into whether these crawling crooks were behind a similar robbery at a pizzeria the week before. Number 2. TV Fiasco. A car pulls up with its indicators flashing, and a thief jumps out with a gun, slamming into the store's glass door. He shatters the door and tries to yank a TV off the wall, but he doesn't realize it's still plugged in. His partners show up, and they all struggle with the TV, tripping over the broken glass from the door. They don't bother disconnecting the wires and just scratch at the TV, making it completely useless. After all their effort, they give up and leave empty-handed. What a mess. Number 3. Cleaver Comedy. Here's a laugh-out-loud robbery fail you have to see. At 2014, a guy in China decided to rob a bank using a meat cleaver. Yep, you heard that right. He brought a kitchen knife to a bank heist. He walks into the bank, waves the cleaver around, and starts hacking at the plexiglass barrier. Surprise, surprise, it doesn't even scratch it. Instead, the whole place turns into a comedy show. The bank teller and customers are cracking up at the sight. Security eventually comes in, probably laughing, and takes him away. Lesson learned: a meat cleaver isn't the best choice for a robbery. Number 4. The bold but brainless heist. A girl at the counter is ready to pay with a bill in hand. Suddenly, she rummages through her wallet like she's searching for treasure. The seller looks away for a moment and she moves, hiding the bill and handing over a few coins instead. Here's the kicker. She does it while looking the seller in the eye and right under the store's security camera. Talk about zero IQ, she's practically begging to get caught. Her face is now plastered all over the security footage. Congratulations, you're officially the world's dumbest thief. Number 5. Sleeping Beauty. A bike comes out of a store, and our genius thief tries to break in, but he gets his foot stuck in the door. Thinking isn't his strong suit. He looks around, realizing he's in big trouble. He tries and fails to free his foot, eventually giving up and lying down on the road. Accepting his fate, he falls asleep right there. Number 6. Oops moment. Watch this thief trying to steal a phone from a woman's bag. As soon as he spots the CCTV camera, he freaks out and tries to drop the phone on the floor, hoping it looks like he's just being nice. When the woman turns around, he pretends he's handing her back the phone. Surprisingly, she believes him and thanks him. Number 7. Traffic Tango. This guy thought he could escape the cops in his car, but ended up skidding to a stop at a traffic light with the police right behind him. Realizing he was cornered, he bolted on foot, thinking he could still get away. Just goes to show how dumb criminals can be sometimes. Number 8. Pants on head, Idaho in hand. Here, we see a not-so-bright robber awkwardly creeping around, clearly up to no good. He's completely maskless, blissfully unaware that he's on CCTV. Suddenly, he realizes he's being filmed and tries to make a swift exit. Too late, buddy. He hurriedly puts something on his head. Wait, is that a pair of pants? This guy's disguise game is on point. Number 9. Liquid cash disaster. This guy thought an ATM stood for add thirsty money. Meet Mr. Wang, who had a wild idea. He believed that pouring drinks into ATMs would make them spit out cash. With his card and a drink, he approached an ATM, swiped his card, and doused the machine, expecting a money shower. Not satisfied with just one attempt, he tried this at 2 more banks. Of course, nothing happened except a big mess. The surveillance cameras captured every moment, and the police wasted no time tracking him down. Number 10. Toilet paper mask. Fail. A thief breaks into a hospital, and it's clear he's an amateur. Walking in with his face fully visible to the CCTV camera, he tries to cover the lens with a piece of paper and tape. When that fails, he wraps his head in toilet paper from the bathroom, thinking he's now a criminal mastermind. Too bad for him, his face was already captured on camera. Despite his makeshift disguise, he proceeds with the theft, only to be caught soon after. Number 11. Package swipe. So, this guy's sneaking up to a house, eyeing a package sitting on the stairs. He pulls out a shopping bag, covers the package with it, and thinks he's nailed the perfect heist. With a smug look, he struts off, convinced he's outsmarted everyone. But just as he's about to make his getaway, another guy shows up out of nowhere, grabs him by the head, and pulls him back. The thief gets a surprise beatdown that he won't soon forget. After a solid lesson in instant karma, the homeowner lets him go, and the thief shuffles away, bruised and utterly defeated. Number 12. Bad parenting and shoplifting. In this shocking and laughable video from Russia, we see a thief who decided that stealing wasn't enough. He had to involve his toddler in the act. The man casually shuts a laptop on display, tucks it under his sweater, and then picks up his baby boy to use as a human shield. He thought he was a genius, but the CCTV cameras captured everything perfectly. Despite his attempts to be sneaky, his clumsy cover was quickly exposed. The local police even posted the video online, hoping to track him down. Number 13. DIY break-in gone wrong. Ever seen a thief who's too proud to use the easiest route? Watch this gem of a burglar who turned a simple break-in into a full-blown comedy show. Our star breaks into a window of a garage that's already wide open. Yeah, no door at all. Instead of walking a few steps to the end and waltzing right in, he decides to wrestle with a board, blocking a window. After a spectacularly pointless struggle, he finally makes his way inside, only to realize, "Oops, I could have just walked in the front." He sheepishly exits the garage and walks away, probably wondering if he should start looking for a new career. Number 14. Windy Heist Fail. Ever wonder if karma has a sense of humor? Just ask these 2 bungling bandits from Greater Manchester. On March 17, 2018, they stormed a travel agency, pocketed a hefty amount of cash, and strutted out like they were in a heist movie. But their victory lap turned into a comedy of errors when a rogue gust of wind swooped in and scattered their loot like confetti. Imagine their surprise as they tried to catch the fluttering cash, realizing that Mother Nature had just delivered the ultimate instant karma. Their stolen cash was now decorating the streets. Number 15. Kids failed bike heist. Here we can see a kid walk into a bicycle shop, spot a blue bike he likes, and try to run off with it. But the shopkeeper catches him right away. The kid doesn't have a clue about how stealing works, and his big plan falls apart as soon as he tries to make a getaway. Number 16. Failed ATM heist. These guys might have a future in demolition, but not in crime. It was early morning in Washington, and 2 bumbling thieves decided to steal an ATM from a gas station. They show up at Ben's Market 76 in a stolen red Jeep, ready to execute their brilliant plan. Dressed in classic robber gear, hoodies and hats, they waste no time. They attach a yellow tow strap to the back of the Jeep and the gas station doors. The guy in orange handles the strap, while his buddy in the Jeep does the heavy lifting by pulling the doors right off. The orange guy rushes in, drags the ATM out, and his partner keeps smashing the machine with the Jeep, trying to get to the money. Despite their efforts, they can't crack it open. After 5 minutes of pure chaos, they realize it's a lost cause. They speed off in their stolen Jeep, only to abandon it in the woods soon after. Number 17. Thief's rope trick falls flat. Here's a comedy of errors. A thief and his partner decide to steal an ATM by tying it to their car and driving off. The partner behind the wheel revs up, but the rope gets tangled and the ATM stays put. They give it another go, causing chaos in the store as glass shatters and debris flies everywhere. But despite their efforts, the ATM doesn't even budge. It's like trying to drag a boulder with a string. The only thing they managed to steal was a front row seat to their epic fail. Number 18. ATM Machine Fail. In this video, a thief tries to steal an ATM using a pretty straightforward plan. Attach a rope to the ATM and drive off with the car. He starts by smashing the store's glass door. So far, so good. Inside, he ties one end of the rope to the ATM, but here's where things go wrong. The rope is broken. Half of it is inside, and the other half is outside. Undeterred, he gets into the car and tries to drive away, but nothing budges. He returns and attempts to fix the rope, but it's still too short and weak. After struggling with the rope and realizing his plan has failed, he eventually gives up and leaves, with the ATM still securely in place. What a mess. Number 19. 13 seconds TV heist. Watch out, world. This thief's got skills. In just 13 seconds, she snatches a flat-screen TV from a Costa Rican store, and you won't believe how smooth it went. It's like she's done this 1,000 times before. The footage shows her walking out with the TV tucked between her legs, leaving everyone in the store stunned. Her accomplice stays behind, keeping things cool while she makes off with the prize. It's so impressive that you'd think they had a heist practice routine. If the police ever catch them, they should ask for some tips. This shoplifting is a true art form. Number 20. Robber crashes into wall. Here we see a guy on a bike trying to pull off a bag from a car, while the lady who owns the bag is busy fueling up on the other side. He sneaks in, grabs the bag, and takes off. But here's where it gets funny. The guy at the petrol station spots him and starts chasing after the thief. In a classic move of sheer confusion, the thief slams right into a wall, dropping the bag. It's like watching a bad action movie, except this time, the robber's plan turned into a faceplant. Number 21. Porch pirate bust. In this clip, a guy tries to sneakily grab packages from a porch, convinced he's out of sight. He's caught on camera, but doesn't notice a woman watching from inside. When she calls out, asking what he's up to, he freezes like a startled deer. Instead of fleeing, he awkwardly decides to walk away with the package. Classic move. The woman then orders him to put it back. Realizing his big score is a bust, he sheepishly returns the package to its spot and shuffles off. Number 22. Plant heist. Who would have thought stealing a plant would make headlines? In this bizarre clip, we see a woman casually snatch a potted plant from outside a house. Yes, a plant. People are scratching their heads trying to figure out why anyone would swipe a plant. The plant she picks is dead, which adds a whole new layer of weirdness. Regardless of her intentions, it's clear she's well aware she's doing something sneaky, adjusting her disguise as she makes her getaway. Who knew plants could be so controversial? Number 23. Beer Bandits' pants fail. Ever seen a beer heist go hilariously wrong? Watch this guy's epic fail at a Polk County convenience store. He's got the getaway car ready, but there's one major issue: his sagging pants. The poor guy's pants keep slipping down, and as he's running away with the stolen beer, he loses his pants in the process. The whole scene went down at Easy Food in Lake Wales, and guess what? The pantsless bandit is still out there, possibly looking for a belt. Number 24. Sit on the thief. This guy tries to steal a laptop from a store, but ends up face-planting on the floor as he tries to make his getaway. The shop assistant immediately jumps on him to stop him from getting away, while another worker picks up the phone and calls the police. It's all over in seconds. The thief's grand escape plan fails spectacularly, and he ends up being tackled by the store staff. Talk about a failed getaway. Number 25. Botched heist drama. Two guys walk into a shop with their faces half covered, looking shady as hell. Before you know it, the shop worker has a gun pointed at his face. He immediately throws his hands up, playing it safe. The thieves lock the door, drag him by his collar to the back, and start demanding to know where the valuables are. They think they've got it all figured out, but Tommy's got a different plan. Spotting a chance, Tommy makes a run for it, slipping out the back door into the travel agency next door. Outside, a quick-thinking bystander joins the action and locks down the security gate, trapping the robbers inside. Now it's like a live reality show. People are filming, and everyone's watching the drama unfold. The thieves start freaking out, realizing they're stuck. Desperate, they grab a wrench, smash a window, and try to escape. But it's too late. The police arrive just in time and slap the cuffs on them. Number 26. Low speed. Here, a guy strolls casually down the street with a shopping bag. He stops at a house, dons a hoodie, and stealthily grabs a package from the porch. Just as he's about to make his getaway, a neighbor spots him and jumps into their car for an epic low-speed chase. The car reverses while the thief runs, making the whole scene look like a joke. Number 27. The Clumsiest Thief. You have to see this video to believe it. A thief with a dome-shaped object slowly approaches a shop, thinking he's outsmarting the CCTV cameras. He holds the object awkwardly in front of him, assuming it hides his face. Spoiler alert, it doesn't. The camera catches his face perfectly. He then looks up, realizes the camera's location, and adjusts the object. But not before giving the CCTV a full view of his face. He tries to cover the camera with the object, but since he's alone, he has to stay there holding it, unable to enter the shop. Realizing his plan has failed, he gives up and runs off. This bumbling thief manages to get caught without even stealing anything. What a failure. Number 28. Epic robbery fail. From the start, you can tell this couple's robbery attempt is destined for failure. The guy fumbles around, making things worse by the second. And guess what? In front of the police, the guy's shirt flies off and he bolts for the back door, only to find it's locked. Genius move. The police arrive, guns drawn, and our shirtless wonder decides to run again. He drops to the ground and finally gives up. The girl tries to join the escape party but fails miserably. She runs up, trips, and falls somewhere. What a duo! The cops round them up, but they keep running around like headless chickens. In the end, they're both captured. These two win the award for the dumbest criminals ever. Number 29. Jewelry flop. A thief walks into a jewelry shop, grabs some bling, and tries to make a run for it. But as soon as they realize they're caught, they suddenly start acting like they're admiring themselves in the mirror. It's like their escape plan turned into a beauty routine. Talk about a fashion faux pas. Number 30. Gunstore Fiasco. Ever seen a group of robbers who skip the Robbery 101 course? This video is a prime example. 4 guys stroll into a gun store, acting all nonchalant while eyeing the weapons. They look like they're just shopping, but the store's staff, already on edge from previous hits, are watching closely. When one of the thieves finally decides to make a move and snatches a gun, all chaos breaks loose. The staff immediately spring into action, swatting away another thief's weapon and chasing them out. The guy with the stolen guns dashes to their getaway car, only to find himself facing an armed employee and a bunch of other staff members ready to deal with the situation. One thief even tries to make a run for it with his hands up, but it's too late. Police show up and arrest everyone. Turns out, trying to rob a gun store is not the brightest idea. Number 31. Bike theft fail. A would-be thief decided to target a bike attached to the back of a moving car, and boy, was he in for a surprise. The car owner had cleverly set up a camera to catch any potential thieves in the act. Our dim-witted robber, riding his bicycle, fell right into the trap. As the car stopped at a traffic signal, he hopped off his bike and started fumbling with the lock on the bike attached to the car. But here's where his stupidity shines. The light turns green and the car starts moving. In a panic, the thief drops his bike and runs alongside the car, still trying to unlock the other bike. Realizing he's getting nowhere and he might even lose his bike, he backs off. Well, now your face is all over the place, dumbass. Number 32. Phone heist. Fail. A guy walks into a mobile shop trying to steal a phone in the most clueless way possible. He makes these weird moves like he's in a bad dance routine, snatches a phone, and thinks he's got it made. But here's where it gets hilarious. The cashier has super speed reflexes and grabs him before he can even make it to the door. Next thing you know, the whole shop is on him, piling on like it's a pile-on contest. This is what instant karma looks like. Try to steal a phone and you get a free lesson in getting caught. Number 33. Fake apology. A thief casually strolls up to a porch and picks up a package, acting like he's just browsing. As he's about to leave, a woman's voice from the security camera tells him to put it back.
Hey, put that back!
Realizing he's been caught, he awkwardly puts the package back and shuffles away, mumbling an apology. So much for being a smooth operator, caught on camera and sent packing. Number 34. Getaway gone wrong. A car sits with its door wide open and a woman in a hoodie charges toward it, clutching a stolen package. As she leaps in, her panicked accomplice floors the gas too soon, leaving her to crash onto the pavement. Then, things get wild. The homeowner spots the thief, rushes outside, and tackles her with a bit of help from their dog, who happily joins the fray. The homeowner pulls off the thief's hoodie, yanks her inside, and the partner? Seems like the getaway plan was a flop from start to finish. Number 35. Male thief karma. In Long Beach, California, a porch pirate made a huge mistake by targeting Shira Booker's house. Shira was watching her Ring camera feed when she noticed a woman rifling through her mail, tearing open envelopes as if searching for hidden gems. Instead of letting it slide, Shira took action. She confronted the thief directly, grabbed her by the arm, and took back her mail with no fuss. This incident perfectly highlights how savvy homeowners can use technology to catch thieves in the act and retrieve their stolen items. It's a classic case of instant karma for would-be crooks. So there you have it, proof that sometimes the worst criminals are the ones who can't even pull off a simple robbery. If you enjoyed these epic fails, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more hilarious moments of crime gone wrong. Until next time, stay smart and keep laughing.